E ngā maunga whakahi, e ngā waikarikare puta noa tēnā koutou katoa. I'm Eamon Nathan, Paumanatu for Reconnecting Northland. We've been facing the impacts of COVID-19 like so many others, and recently our focus has been Māori. Lockdown taught us a lot about this essential principle. Our mahi at Reconnecting Northland is to be a catalyst and an aggregator. On the surface, our focus is conservation, but really that's a byproduct of greater collaboration in communities and connectedness in our landscapes. All of that is enabled and activated by Māori. Māori connects us to the hidden truths of nature, and when this happens, we are able to discover our more expansive and liberated self. Harnessing Māori is what will lead to positive change in nature, and to the transformation that Papa Tuanuku and Ranginui are trying to lead us towards. We were able to more fully recognise this because of the way COVID-19 slowed us down. We all did a bit less, but it was partly so that we could be a lot more. Anei rā he tauira. On one of my lockdown walks, I found a big patch of watercress in a local stream, the one just behind me as a matter of fact, which will remain anonymous. I had no idea that watercress grew there, but straight away my shoes came off and my two boys and I jumped in to gather kai. Getting that watercress and sharing that experience with my tamariki was about having and taking the time to explore my own neighbourhood. That time was afforded me by lockdown. I had slowed down. I ate the watercress and felt fully nourished, and I think of that watercress as a worldly manifestation of Māori. There was a lot written about people with more time for whānau and less time for commuting, new ways of working. For the planet, the reduction in traffic resulted in smog clearing from Wuhan and clearer canals in Venice. Here, in Aotearoa, we read about kārearea on city rooftops, and I saw big schools of kanai in the Hātea River in Whangarei. Lockdown was a kind of perfect storm for experiencing the receptivity of Māori across the land and across the sea. As cars vanished from local roads and air quality improved, as workers left cities and modern life retreated, Māori was able to be felt far, far more keenly. This, by the way, challenges the social and economic models we all accept, or most of us anyway. Lockdown might have been the first time you and your whānau ever questioned whether the economy was working as it should, or whether it's even a sane measure of our well-being. Or perhaps it reaffirms some long-standing beliefs you already had. Reconnecting Northland exists because significant change is required. Change necessitated by human cycles that have cleaved themselves from the Earth's own cycles. But it turns out that if we all get a little bit quiet for a while, the Earth starts to hum again. If we are receptive to that energy and embrace it at the scale required to sustain the elevated state of Māori experience during lockdown, we might explore opportunities such as focusing on supporting large-scale initiatives that actually foster connection to each other and to the whenua. We might use these initiatives as catalysts for job creation to directly grow support for and resilience of smaller communities. We might shake up sector-specific and narrow-scope funding to create a more liberated ways of resourcing to meet aspirations of communities rather than those with other agendas. E hoa mā, for us, this is the lesson. Māori is everywhere and in everything. It's a keen reminder that we are nature. The challenge now is to ensure that these ideas don't get trapped in think pieces and videos like this, without a pathway to become as real as the watercress in that stream and to nourish all of us. Mauri tū, Mauri ora.